Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you how to divide decimals using the standard algorithm when your divisor is a whole number, but your dividend is a decimal. So we're going to start with 73 and 5/10 divided by 21. So right away, I want to just kind of estimate and think about what would be a reasonable answer. And I'm going to do that using compatible numbers in this case, because I know this is about 20. And I know 80 and 20 are compatible numbers because they go in pretty easily. And this is fairly close to 80. So I know my answer is going to be approximately 4 because 20 times 4 is 80. So somewhere in that neighborhood should give us a good estimate for our actual answer. So first I'm looking at, and I know 21 won't go into 7. So I have to think about 21 into 73. So I'm going to list my multiples of 21 to see how many times it goes into 73. So I see that 21 times 1 is 21, 21 times 2 is 42, 21 times 3 is 63. I'm not going to be able to make another group, so I can use 3. And now I see my decimal here. I'm going to go ahead and put it straight up. When we're dividing decimals, it's really important to think about, to watch the place value when we're using this strategy. So 21 will go into 73 3 times. I can count my circles and see that it's 3. I have to put that 3 directly above the last number that I circled to keep everything lined up correctly. And now I'm going to subtract 21 times 3, which is 63 and 0/10. And I'm left with 10 and 5/10. So this is where it's a little bit different than with whole numbers. So right now, 10 is smaller than 21. So what we can do is we just need to get rid of our decimal for now. Forget about the decimal. 21 will go into 105. We need to figure out how many times. So I need to keep listing my multiples. So I've got 84. Another group of 21 gives me 105. Look at that. That's what we needed. So now I can count my circles to see how many times it goes. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times evenly. So again, that 5 has to go directly above the last number I circled. And I subtract 105 and I'm left with none. So my quotient is 3 and 5/10. And again, I said it would be approximately 4. And so that is, it is really close to our original estimate. So let's try one that's a little bit larger this time. Let's do 304 and 7/500 divided by 53. So if I'm going to estimate this first, just to see what would give me a reasonable answer, this is about 300. This is about 50. So my answer should be somewhere around 6. Okay, so I'm going to set it up. 304 and 7/500 divided by 53. So to start, I know 53 won't go into 3 or 30, so I'm going to circle 304 and list my multiples. 53 times 1 is 53. 53 times 2 is 106. 53 times 3 is 159. 53 times 4, 212. 53 times 5. So what I'm doing is I'm adding 53 each time until I get close to 304. So I'm at 265 right now. I'm going to add another 53 and see if that'll fit. We got 318. That's too much. So I have to go with this one. So it'll go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So I'm going to put my 5 directly above the last digit I circled and bring that decimal up. So now I'm subtracting 53 times 5, which was 265 and 0 hundredths. So 5, 7. I'm going to have to regroup here all the way across since I need to borrow here, and that's 0. So this is going to become a 2. This is a 10. Now this becomes a 9, and this becomes 14. 14 minus 5 is 9. 9 minus 6 is 3. So we're left with 39 and 75 hundredths. When we get to this point, this number is smaller than this number. So we need to forget about the decimal. And we're just going to circle 397 and see how many times it will go. We're at 318. So I'm going to add another group of 53 and see where we get with that. So I'm at 371. And now I'm at 424. So that's too big. So we need to go with 371. So it'll go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. we're going to subtract 371 and make sure we put a 0 here to fill in that empty space. And now we're going to subtract. And we're left with 265. So we already have that listed on our multiples chart, so we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So my 5 goes here directly above the last digit that's in the circle. We're going to subtract 265 and we're left with 0. So our answer is 5 75/100, and that is close to our original estimate. So it is probably the correct answer because it fit and it's reasonable based on our estimate. So that's how you divide decimals using the standard algorithm.